Good morning. Um, Today is the 25th of August 2026, and the time now is 12:01 in the morning. Well, in the afternoon. Um, this is my second time making this video because I didn't clean the camera before I did it the first time, so I knew how it was going to do with my mouth and my voice. But anyway, it was 11, something after 11, where I just woke up. And like I was saying, I don't sleep like this. This is not normal for me. For me to just sleep. But what's happening, these people, whatever is going on, is aging me and it's aging my sister. My sister is steady losing weight. I gave her a bath this morning, and I can look at her skin and I can see she's steady losing weight. Now, what they do, they pump us up, they make us fatter. And I think it's like they're feeding off of our frequency or our energy or something. Because I know for a fact it's something dealing with the underground. Because when we moved in the second house, I had brought some solar lights. I brought two different sets. And both sets would come on. I had them in the backyard because it was so dark back there. And they will come on every night. They will come on when it started getting dark. But the beige house that was behind us, it had red, blue, and green lights, like those party lights that rotate. When those lights will come on, my solar lights will go off. So whatever that was going on in that house was connected to the underground. Just like now, things are connected to the underground. And so those solar lights would not come back on until the next night. Till it start getting dark, those lights will go back off. They will come on, but when those red, green, and blue lights will come on inside that beige house, the solar lights will go back off. So I never could get those lights to work. They was really nice lights that I had got from, I can't remember if I got them from Home Shopping Network or QVC. But I do know that there was something in their house, that same house, beige house, that was not human. Because you can see their reflection. You can see the color of the lights that was inside that one room. In that same room, you can see, because they will sit right by the window, and you can see the reflection. And they, whatever it was, had big heads. The back of their head was big. And it was like they were sitting face to face in front of the, like this here, in front of the window. But the back of their heads were big. And they sat there every night. And them red, green, and blue lights would go off. So whatever it is they doing to us, that's aging us, is dealing with the underground. That's why the utility company, and I'm wondering, are they human? I'm wondering, are these utility companies human? And they always be white men. I never seen no black men working when they come and put stuff down under the ground. Now, the one that was, when they first came, when we first moved here, now the city workers were black. But those that's working for the utility company, none of them was black. And there was another group. They was private, all Spanish. One of them was kind of dark, so I don't know if he was a dark Spanish person or what. But I do have it on video. And they know that I'm videoing. They know I'm videoing because somebody will call them or text them, and they will always look. But when they reading the text, they'll look right where I'm at. I don't know if they can see me, cause they looks right where I am. Just like at the second house, I was videoing the people that come and tow away the cars, because their cars mimic the sun, and they have little teeny holes all the way around. At least it was at the second house. This man that stayed right in front of us, he had 2 black cars, and I don't think neither one of them worked because it was always there. But they had little tiny holes all the way around, and they will mimic the sun as the sun would go around, because it will start out like in the front and then work its way all the way. By the time it's late evening, it's in the back of us, shining just like it's doing now. It starts out in the front, and you can see that dark light, false light, shining by my bedroom window, and then it goes over to that tree, to the driveway, and it shines there, and then it works away around to the bike, and then it be shining in the back of us. It did the same thing. What it's doing here, it did at the second house, but it's worse here than it was at the second house. Because at the second house, we were able to just move in there. This house here, we had to wait a whole half a month before we could move in, because they had them dug and put pipes up under this house. By the time we moved here, I do believe that they could see in this house. They fixed this house up, because all through this whole entire house was the LED lights, the light bulbs, the brand new light bulbs. And I had brought a whole case of them. They were still in the case. When I found out they was like Wi-Fi, they have some type of Wi-Fi connection, I didn't use them. One of the ladies from YouTube was telling me not to use them, and I didn't. And I went through and took all the LED lights out of this house. But I still think they can still see in here somehow. I know there's something in this eye here. I think it's in both eyes. But this eye right here, they making it where I can't hardly see out of it. But this eye here, this is the one that I kept seeing a little round ball in a real thin piece of wire. But now I don't see it. I think it's still there. But they fixed it. I'm trying to tell y'all. What I'm saying may seem like it's unbelievable that they can do stuff to you because we are submerged under energy, and they can manipulate this energy to do stuff to you. Because I have this stuff that's on my face. I woke up one morning and I could feel stuff like something was crawling all around on my face, and it left this stuff here on me, on both of my cheeks. Because that was not there before I went to bed. When I woke up and I feeling this stuff on my face, and then they puffing up my face. I think the dentist did something to me. They all working together. The doctors, the dentists, the judges, the lawyers, the sheriff department, the cops, FBI, the CIA. As you see with Nolan Wells, you should be able to see something ain't right with the FBI with the Nolan Wells case. Now, Nolan Wells is dead. He went to the island with his friends. I believe they all is involved. I believe the girl is involved and them boys is involved. But they trying to pretend that they putting stuff on each other. No, they all are involved in this. Katie, she's involved in it too. I do believe with all my heart and soul. Her and all them boys, I think he was a sacrifice. This was what, the 250 year of America, and what they've been doing to black people in America. Black people was here in America. Already here. And the people that they call Native American, they brought them in from Siberia. They brought them to America. For some reason, they got a hate for Americans because of who we are. We are the tribe of Judah that was here. But the American that was already here, the black people that was already here, what tribe they come from, but I do believe they are part of the tribe of Israel, the Israelites, from Jacob. That's why they want to get rid of us. They some still in Africa, the Ibu people. And because of the melanin in black people's skin. But you see, I ain't got a whole lot of melanin. But somebody put my dang on name on this list. Now my sister is a little darker than me. She like more like a pecan tan color. And why they attacking her so bad? They got her like she's just bedridden. I don't know. But they're attacking us in different ways. They started attacking her brain first, and they started attacking my heart first. But they something just is very demonic. Extremely demonic about what's going on. And what I was saying about Nolan Wells and the FBI. Nolan Wells' mother and father are getting threats. They getting threats. Now that judge and them boys, they getting threats. But the FBI actually found out who was threatening the judge and the white boys. The man that was threatening the judge way in California, but they found out who he was. They arrested the people that was threatening the white boys. But you got a black boy that's dead, actually dead. You got his mother and father being threatened. The girl that actually got the recording from where them boys was saying, Nolan, wake up, Nolan. Is he dead? They calling his name. You ain't got to do nothing else but take that dang on phone call to the toll people. You got the proof right there. They're the proof. Where they talking, not knowing they being recorded. And now they trying to say the girl she did that. That she created the recording, which is a lie from straight out of the bowels of Satan. And that's going to show how crooked the FBI, how crooked the sheriff, how crooked the judge, how crooked the mayor. All of them jokers is corrupt. And they're going to suffer. They're going to suffer. So God ain't going to have it. God is not going to have it. They're not getting away, especially the officials. When my son got killed, and I went into the church, I asked the pastor, could I go in the church and pray? So they opened the church and let me go in, and I went up on the pulpit, and I laid on the pulpit, and I prayed to the Lord. So I got up and I sit in the pastor's seat, and I heard the Lord say, be still and know that I am the Lord your God. I see the cover up. He called all the officials' name. He didn't even say nothing about the boys. He didn't call their name at all. he called out the official's name. And so they're going to have to pay for my son's death, the officials, because they covered it up. The chief of police went to court. They didn't even try to investigate nothing. The boy was hiding at his sister, cousin house. They found him at the cousin house who went to church with me. And he had, a slew of warrants for him. They actually named it out. So I guess it was like a slap in my face. They read all of that out that the police had against him. It was a whole bunch. And they let him out of jail. Because, when they found him, they put him in jail. But he didn't go to jail for killing my son. The police planted a gun. Said that my son had it, which was a lie. There was only one set of bullets out there. And that were the bullets that the boy had. They want two sets, just one set of bullets. In which I said to the DA, I said, well, if they two sets of bullets, don't they have them numbered different? He said, yeah. I said, well, was there any gunpowder on my son's hands? He said, no. I said, well, how you figure my son had a gun? He said, because that's what's on this paper. He said he don't investigate. But a white boy actually got stabbed. Didn't die. He just got stabbed. But he was all on TV. But he was investigating the white boy there. And see, this is what I'm saying. This is nothing but the KKK. There is the police. And the black police, they just holding their job. They don't care nothing about nobody. They're not trying to help black people. They just want to be a police, and that's it. They just want to make sure they keep their job. That's all it is to the black police. You had these groups of black police to beat this one man to death because he was going with this white woman. Because the black police were going with the white woman too. Evidently, she didn't want him, and she started going with this other black man. And a group of police beat him to death. They actually drove up and jumped into the fight. And so, there got to be something that we can do to help ourselves. There have to be something that we can do to help ourselves. Instead of just being sitting ducks, guinea pigs, or whatever. There got to be something that we can do. That we can let the world know. Because there are other people that's being targeted and don't know what it is. I'm looking at Tiffany Farm and her daddy. Those people are being gangsta. The same thing that we going through, they going through it too. They think that just because they black and they brought 25 acres of land and that you white people don't want them on the land, but the government agencies keep going out there. And I did say something, but I don't know if they actually believe it. I guarantee you, they being gangsta. She said that they'll just come and drive up and just be out there on the other side of the road just watching. They set fire to the some of the land. This dude be shooting. You could just hear him shooting, pow, 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 just constantly shooting, being crazy. Then He not they his land is not right there. His land on the other side of the people land that's right here. But he be well with it at their fence. You can see women at their fence. Dogs. Like how the dogs do here. The dogs, they ain't even got no dog. But they got to deal with the dog. Like I said, they got the dogs gang stalking. They got the children gang stalking. They got men and women gang stalking. The cats gang stalking. They training these people. They training the animals to do this. Everywhere we move, we got to deal with people moving in with, and then you'll see somebody bringing the dogs over. I don't see, like over here. These people here had, was it 2 dogs, 2 or 3 dogs, but I seen somebody with a military outfit on, taking the dog over there. The dog catchers take dogs over there. All of these people is dealing, the dog catchers, the military. And you can tell that they know that I'm watching, because they'll look, they will look, because they let them know. I don't know if they can actually see out my eyes, see me watching or what. All I know is that they know that I'm watching. I remember before they fixed their house over there, and the people was coming over looking at the house, because it took them a while before they actually fixed it. They kept pretending to be fixing it, and nobody won't buying it. And so this Spanish man, the dog was outside, and so I had the girls. I don't think I had him yet. I let the girls go outside. I didn't have him. And this Spanish man was walking. He was in their backyard, and he was walking towards over here. And he was talking to somebody on the phone, and they was telling him, I don't know if it was about the dogs or what, but he said, yeah, I see them meeting me or something like that, he said. And then he waved at me, and I waved back, But I wasn't even all the way out the door. I was like standing when you first go out on the deck. So they will let them know, different stuff. And it's just been crazy. It don't even make no sense. And then I heard someone was saying something about their aging us. They put in something, I really said in the water. The bottled water. They was talking about the bottled water. And that there's something, I already know there was something in the bottled water. That the same thing that they use is whatever it is coming out from the ocean. But whatever it is, and I heard some black people talking about it, and I can't remember the name of it, but it would make a male frog and a male catfish actually turn into a female, where they get the female part. They lose the male part and gain a female part. And this is what they do to catfish and frog, because a female catfish and a female frog grow faster than the male. So this is what they do by putting this, whatever this is, but now they're putting it in our water, bottled water. And then this sink water, they putting forever chemical. Forever chemical is used in toilet paper products. They put forever chemical in the waters. They come from the spigot. I don't know if they got to the place where they put it in all states, but I do know it's in some states. and they supposed to do stuff like in the rivers and where you got a body of water. They supposed to do stuff like that so that you won't get fresh water. They doing also even stuff to our food, putting technology, nanotechnology in the food. I mean, this is really crazy. Really, really crazy. And now you got the white men on video talking about how they not gonna be putting up with black men taking their women. But did they think about that when they was taking black men and women and raping them? Look how light I am. My grandma is a very dark, my daddy's mama, a very dark-skinned woman. And I don't know if he raped her or if she was just messing around with him. I don't know. But I do know that my daddy's father was a white man. And my grandmama had 2 children by him. My Aunt Lula Mae and my daddy. And the rest of the children are by black men. So she had children by a white man, which he died out of grief from what my daddy said. Said his daddy grieved to death because they disowned him. Because he had children by a black woman. And that grandmama was very, very dark. My other grandmama, she was dark skinned too, but she was more brown. She wasn't as dark as my daddy's mama. And my mama, she was dark skinned too, but not as dark as my daddy's mama. And so, you know, they didn't think about that. They didn't just rape the women. They were raping the men, but breaking the men. And so now they got a problem with black men going with a black woman where they want to kill. But a white woman, she need to keep her, stay away from black men if you know, if that's the case. But who got the right to say who can go with who and who can marry who or whoever, whatever? So somebody had a picture of a group of black boys going to prom, and all the girls that they had was all white. None of the girls was black. And so if you think hanging black men is going to stop black men from dating white women, you can hang that up. You can hang that up. Now, I know one thing. I'm keeping my distance. Because that white man that's supposed to be marrying that black girl, she was a YouTuber or something. Very pretty girl. And they went to Africa. And she didn't come back. I reckon he came back, but she didn't. Very pretty. But she died over there in Africa. But her boyfriend was a white man. So can we as a black woman, can we trust having a white man as our mate? You know? Can you even trust that? Because these people they want to get involved in certain organizations of Freemasons or KKK. Cause I really feel that's what them boys, for it to be the 250th year of America. White people is wanting to prove that they still in control. But they're not in it as control as they think they is. Because in Ohio, them extremists went there, them black people there with their guns, shotguns, and all, the women and all. You nobody getting ready to put up with that crap and be afraid like they was back in the day. But people calling yes sir and all this, you got the yes sir, you can't look at them, you got to look down and all that. Now bump that crap, you know, bump that. We not going back there. We not getting ready to be nobody's slave. And this is what they keep talking about. Trump need to make people. No, he can't make nobody do nothing because we not doing it. You mess around and you be dead. Want somebody to cook your dinner. You think somebody going back there? You think we're going to put up with the crap that y'all did to our ancestors? And we just stand around and let you tie somebody to a tree and beat the crap out of them? No, we're not going back there. We're not leaving our little babies home to be feeding, we're not home, but breastfeeding your babies. White people, white women babies. But you think we not good enough, but we breastfeeding your baby, drinking the milk out of our breasts, out of our ancestors. So how can you think so little of a black woman, but you let her breastfeed your baby, raise your children, and y'all talking about we going back there? Oh, honey, no, we not going back there. And y'all white people can say whatever y'all want to. We not going back there. You know, I know all white people is not there, because you got a lot of white people that's fed up with the crap too. But the ones of y'all that is for it, I'm talking to you. Which they probably won't never see none of my videos, but I'm still making it anyway. Because I'm seeing their videos. I'm seeing the crap that they talking. Talking about Trump to make us go back into slavery. For what? Nobody going back there. Let me get off of here because I'm making myself mad. Because I need to quit looking at these videos. Just keep looking at them cleaning the yards. Lord have mercy. But it makes me mad though. They keep talking about making black people. So who gonna be a slave? But y'all claim we lazy. We don't need no slave. We can cook for ourselves. We can clean up our own house. We can breastfeed our own children. So who lazy? If we got a garden, we go in there and take care of our own gardens. Black farmers don't have no other people working on their farm but them. And then you got white people trying to mess over their land and stuff. You got black people buy land and they got to deal with the crap that white people bring to them. That we don't need no land. That you want to just take the land. If you wanted the land, you should have brought it. Don't wait until a black person buy land and you just going to take it. That's crazy. But anyway, let me get off of here.